We may be live, we may be not. Facebook's taking its own sweet time. I'm going to assume we are because that's how Facebook usually works. Welcome to my page. For those of you who don't know me, Kimberly Shahan, and I am a hypnotherapist and energy reader, healer, worker. And today, my amazing friend and human design bestie is here to help me demo my new session that I offer called my Rapid Energetic Shift, where we help you in the moment shift some energy in your body and get some clarity so you can step out of stuck and move into action. And so Michele has graciously volunteered to do this live for all of you so that you can see more what it's like because it's everyone asks, what's it look like? It's like, well, it's a very intuitive session, so it's different for everyone. But this is what it's like for those of you who would wish to know. So what we're going to do is have Michele explain what she would like me to help her with today, and then we'll dive into an intuitive sense where I'll walk her through a few things in her body while I also kind of receive images and read her energy, and we'll just kind of move through it and see what comes up. So Michele, if you'd like to go ahead and just
Yeah,
explain what we're working on today.
thank you. I love what you said about moving from stuck into action because that is just exactly what I'm bringing today. Um, and it's very specific, and I'm 45, and this has just been a lifelong thing. I I've recently had some, let's say, midlife crisis. I've started having more existential concern about my health, kind of seeing the road that my parents are going down genetically. I'm 45, things happen at 50, and I thought to myself, I should probably fix some stuff in my lifestyle now until it's 50, and then it's even harder to
Yeah.
change.
Yep.
And when I really get there, I can manage my food and my diet. I can drink the water. I can do the protein shake in the morning, but I have the hardest time just getting myself to exercise,
Yeah.
like to just move. And my amazing boyfriend even pays my gym membership. There's a gym here at the office building that I work in, and I've a couple of times in my life I've been able to go for like a few months at a time,
Yeah.
and it always falls off, and that it's just an absolutely stuck place for me is getting any kind of meaningful physical activity. And I don't know if I'm just stubborn or if there's like something here. So that's what I really want to look at. Is there something energetic? Is there something, in my field? Is there something in my past? Is there something in my,
Yeah.
I don't know. I could just sit here and complain about this for a while, but I'm going to stop now because I'm
Perfect.
so annoyed at myself for this thing.
Ah, well, that's definitely helping.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah. Clearly that's useful. When you say it,
Oh,
it sounds ridiculous.
actually, I was with Mari, our friend Mari
Yeah.
Giaser, who was amazing this last week, and she said the most amazing quote, which is, "You cannot shame yourself into doing something. You can't
Yes.
shame yourself out of a habit either." And so it's like that piece
Yeah.
we all, especially as women, have with the physical stuff and the body stuff and the so let's
Hmm.
dive in and look. So I'm gonna have you close your eyes and just
Okay.
tune to your body. And as you tune in, become aware of where in your body does the stuckness or the I feel like it's like a rejection of movement lives.
Mm. Yeah. That's actually a really good, I wouldn't have used it myself, but that is a really good word. Okay.
Yeah, refusal started to come and then it was like, no, rejection for some reason. So just, yeah, see if you notice it anywhere in your body, like if there's an energy block around this specifically. And it may not be.
Well, there's something like right here, like right on my lower breastbone.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
What do you notice about it? How it feels, how it maybe even if it has a shape.
it's really unpleasant.
Yeah.
It's like it's not like it's unpleasant to me, but it's like it's an unpleasant energy. Like the energy itself is like, ugh.
Ah, okay.
Um, and there's definitely something in my hip joints,
Okay.
like both, like inside the joints themselves.
Um, so for the chest one, I got an image of like a steak of a, like vampire steak.
Mm, mm.
That was like the sense, like almost as if it's been like
It's,
stabbed.
hmm, like something that's been like forced onto me.
Um, this may be a past life I'm sensing, to be honest.
Oh,
That is not unusual. Like it could have literally been
oh.
like, and it may just be I've had too many vampire phases in my life.
Too many vampire movies for you.
Too many. Um,
It's very surface level though. The one at my
uh,
hips is like I can feel it deep inside, like deep inside my
okay.
hip joints itself. It's very shallow. It's very surface. Like it's almost
Hmm.
out
I
ahead of me a little bit.
is it someone else's that you're holding on to that's
Uh,
trying to get into you?
maybe.
Like almost someone else's ideas and thoughts trying to stab into you and take over.
Hmm. Well, that makes sense. I mean, when you used the word rejection, um, I can very clearly that was the environment that I grew up in around the idea of exercise. Basically, my parents, bless them, they're not energy creatures, and they basically thought anyone who exercised had drank the Kool-Aid.
Ah, okay.
And that's why I'm wondering if it's not like it's sitting there and it's just something that I picked up and that I've carried all this time.
It very well could be. Yeah, that idea of and it disconnects you from your parents, like, oh, this is something they don't believe in, and so it's a connection to our core unit, especially as a child.
Hmm. Hmm.
And so, yeah, what Kool-Aid are you not drinking?
Hmm. You know what? There's when I hear myself say it and I say it out loud, to begin, there there would have to be a surrender. Like there's a
Mhm.
piece of my ego that doesn't like want to admit that I need exercise, that doesn't want to like fall prey, that doesn't want to be told what to do. It
I
would
got that
literally,
sense, and knowing you.
as you know me well, there is like that's wrapped up in this energy is this idea of like, well, exercise, like it's like, damn, now I'm gonna die. You know, like something about doing it is admitting that I'm not healthy.
Mhm. So yeah, we have that rejection of the family unit, that belief that, oh, will I be rejected, rejecting the exercise, and then the
Mhm.
like, you can't tell me what to do, on top of like,
Mhm.
well, I don't want to admit this. All right.
Right.
There's a few things there. Um, and as you become aware of all of this, let's just sense some of those beliefs as colors or images in your system and let them just drain out of the body, drain out through the hands and feet, turning those beliefs to liquid, to light, and it just flows out. Now that you've become aware of them, they've told you their message. And you can ask them even, is there anything else you want me to know about this? And receive that.
Mm. Yeah, there is. There's another piece to it. Jesus, I thought this was going to be simple. Um, this is not a simple one. It's also very wrapped up, and all of this is like manifesting in the not wanting to work out. It's also the fear of outshining other people.
Tell me more about that.
Um, I'm not intimidating to people at this weight.
Ah,
And I mean, you know my energy so well. Like, uh, I mean, you probably know my energy better than anybody, Miss Reflector. You know, because like there's no stop in this aura, and I think I still fear that other people will think that I think I'm better than them.
mm,
And if I am the best version of myself, like if I'm really healthy and, you know, my body is rocking, then I don't know, will other women not like me anymore?
oh yeah, we do have a lot of that messaging around.
Yeah. Like who she, you know, who does she think she is?
Right. Yeah, we've been set to war against each other instead of just like, let's all be the best version of ourselves and lift each other up.
Yeah. And it seems so silly when I say it because like my community is full of women who support each other to be the best versions of themselves.
Yeah.
Full. I don't hang out with anybody who doesn't do that.
Right.
And yet I can, and all of this is like, it's like this knot
Hmm.
all around fear of rejection of my parents, of other women, and then like just the fear of shining.
Yeah.
Mm.
And in a way, I sense there's a piece of holding your own self back from shining as brightly too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not only what will others think of me, but who am I to be me? Even though that is the core of what you do is teaching others how to be the most be me they can be.
Be the most me they can be. I think that's why this is surfacing for me right now in so many different areas, is because I know I need to do that
Yeah.
because I can't, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to live life like a hypocrite.
Yeah.
So, and I'm like, if this is what I'm doing for other people, I need to make sure that I am on this journey too.
Right. Yeah.
And
You're really
I,
being called to your next level.
yeah, and I may just, you know, hit a ceiling on this particular issue because this, you know, because of everything we've been talking about.
Yeah. So you mentioned that it's all a knot.
Yeah, there's just like so many things in this. I don't want to work out, but it's like 8 different
Yeah.
things. Like, no wonder this has been such a tough nut.
Yeah. Whenever it's really tough, it's usually more than one thing.
Yeah, I
Um,
just thought I was stubborn as shit. Um,
I mean, that's not untrue.
Also be true.
I just don't think that's the root cause of this because I think you will
Okay.
then be stubborn at working out at some point. Like I can see that it's how you use that. Uh,
Mm.
so I'm wondering with that knot, tuning your body, does it make sense to just cut the knot, the Gordian knot, or untangle it, unthread it, take it out of your body completely as it is and just release it? Is there a processing that feels good or of releasing this?
I do feel like I could just, like, it's not attached to me the way it was 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's floating a little bit further away,
Okay.
but
So I
there's
want
a cord.
you to thank it. Thank it for everything it's provided to you because it had good intentions. There was a layer of protection, of filling needs of other things. All these things within us, they're never bad. They're just helping us in ways that they think we want help, but they show up in ways that aren't actually helpful usually. And so just thank it and say, what do you need to feel better?
Permission
Hmm.
is the word I got.
Just give it permission. Fill yourself with permission. Permission to do all the things, to be
Mm.
all the things, and to know that you have an amazing community and connection around you that supports you and uplifts you in this permissive state. And how you giving yourself permission shows others how to give themselves permission. And then just begin to release it. Let
Mm-hmm.
that cord go. Is it just beginning to move on its own more?
Mm-hmm.
And either it just can float away into the distance over the horizon, maybe dissipate, or sometimes even shift into light and be integrated back into our body.
I'm just getting the words. My work here is done.
Wonderful. All right. Just tune in. How are you feeling now in your body?
Mm. Very calm.
Good.
A lot more energy movement kind of in my whole chest area.
What do you notice about your hips?
Hmm. It's in the muscles themselves, it feels like.
Okay.
Like there's, I think it's back to like the literal fear of moving forward.
Okay.
Like either uncertainty or, that fear of rejection or, um, they want to lock up. Like they don't want me taking steps forward, you know,
Literally.
literally.
Energetic and literally. All right. I almost see like a rope around your waist, like pulling you. Oh, actually, oh, you're tied to like you're carrying shit. It's like this slow trudge as you're like pulling the junk behind,
Mm.
causing all the extra effort and work. And it's like, why would I take another step forward? It's so much work.
Yeah,
Just
that
notice.
hits.
Is there anything new in that bucket, or is it just a residual of the buckets we've already talked about? Or the cart? I kind of see it as a cart.
Kurt. That's hilarious. Uh, so there's a photograph in my house, not in my parents' house, that my grandfather took in China. And it's this, and it's, a small man pushing this bicycle up a hill. And this bicycle is literally 15, 20 feet tall, stacked with stuff.
Yeah.
And the cart behind it, it's incredible. Um, it's not just it's not just the fear of stepping into, it's the grief around stepping out of
Mm, yeah.
a former life. And
Yeah.
obviously we've gone way past just the physical activity at this point. Like this is a theme right now.
Yeah. And that's, yeah, part of moving and growing is often that loss. We don't talk about it, but loss is a big part of healing because you outgrow and you move, and that can mean some difficult goodbyes at times, or,
Mm. Outgrow.
yeah, that outgrowing.
I fear that. And again, it comes back to this idea of rejection.
Mm-hmm.
And the root behind the fear of rejection is just the fear of being alone.
Ah,
And if I'm the best me, is anybody still gonna like me? And again, it sounds so dumb when I say it out loud because of course my people will, because my people are amazing. But it's there.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let's look into your body and find, where does safety live in trust? They may be in the same area or different areas. But when you trust in your knowing, when you feel safe in stepping into something, where do you feel that in your body?
That's tough.
Mm. Maybe find a moment in the past where you've felt that trust stepping in and stepping forward. Or felt safe stepping forward. One of the two. That just that knowing that you were on the right path, you were making the right choice for you. Just getting in touch with that
Mm.
sensation.
Mm.
Maybe a time when things worked out even better than you possibly could have imagined after you listened to that instinct.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. And as you tap into that feeling of knowing you've done it before, flow that future out into your future timeline of bringing that trust and safety into your future now. Letting it fill this space within you that has this fear of being your best. Letting it kind of wash away that fear that was just trying to protect you. But you know you've got this. You know you can do anything you set your mind to. And that when you do, things work out even better than you can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Just letting that anchor, finding a place for that to live in your body. A space that you can visit it and notice and be like, yes, I have that ability. Maybe notice a sound with it, a color, possibly a sensation in your body.
Mm. It's yeah, it's a very specific memory, and all the colors are. Um, I was driving on the road between Fort Collins and Boulder early in the morning, so I'm getting the colors of the mountains, the red rocks, that beautiful gold color of grass before it turns green in the summer.
Yeah.
I knew I was on the right track.
Yeah. Just letting that anchor in, letting that fill you completely now, your entire energy system. And as I said, just sending it out into your future. Beginning to think about
Mm-hmm.
moments of success in your future now, of especially with the working out of that first workout, and you're like, yes, I took this step one. And then it being 2 weeks later and you've still been going. And then 3 months and 6 months. Just beginning to feel and imagine those moments while feeling this knowing. And how easy it becomes to put little movement into your day now. Just little bits of movement throughout your day. Maybe even just shaking your leg more while you're sitting. Taking a few extra steps to get somewhere, stairs instead of elevator. Just finding how naturally and easy it is to move now because you are lighter and freer. And as you anchor into the sensation and energy of being lighter and freer, your body naturally becomes lighter and freer and creates a space of absolute safety for you to step into the fullest version of yourself. And just sit with that for as long as you would like, and when you're feels complete for you, let me know.
All these little spots in my body that the muscles are like spontaneously relaxing. It's really
Nice.
nice. I'm like, oh, I didn't even realize that was tension.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. That's very pleasant.
Good. And just
Hmm.
I recommend spending a few minutes for like the next week or so, really anchoring that in. Just a few minutes
Okay.
each day. Just beginning to just sit with that feeling. And as I said, yeah, begin to imagine things working out while you're in that feeling.
Okay.
So,
I can do that.
yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Always a pleasure.
It is. It's delightful. So,
Okay.
well, to all those who've been here on the ride with us, thanks for tuning in. This is what a rapid energy session looks like. It's very intuitive. We go with the flow and do what you need to do. And as I said, we move from stuck to action.